Rounding out the first half of this Marble Championship is a 2D take on a classic sport of man. I'm Lucky and welcome to the Algodoo League 2022, where we begin Event 6, Bowling. If you've heard of bowling before, which I'm sure you have, then I'm sure this appeals to you. Marbles launched off the ramp and going into that arrangement of pins, trying to knock down as many as they can. Magentas in the first frame, getting 6 and then 2 for a total of 8 in that first frame. Rising Storm going now. And that's a very good start from the Rising Storm. That is a strike, getting all 10 pins immediately. Right, Winemakers are going now. Another strike for the Winemakers. This is turning out a good start for some of these teams. Summer Runners going now. A bit high from that first marble. We'll get only 4 pins. Let's see what the second marble does. We'll get all but 1. 9 points for the Summer Runners in that first frame. Green Snakes going ahead now. That's going to be another strike. It looked like one of those pins was actually going to stand upright and be a bit annoying to that marble, but no, that will be a strike. Oh! That marble from the Snookers seems to have gone past one of the pins. That was quite powerful. 9 points for the Snookers though. The second marble can't get that last pin for spare. Rainbow Rollers going now. Oh, that looked like it was going to be 4 points. Oh, if that pin had a little more power behind it to knock down that other one, that could have been a strike. Rainbow Roller's second marble will not be able to aim low enough to hit that last pin. Only 9 points for the Rainbow Rollers, disappointingly, but the Tumbling Lemons will get a strike. The pins fall in just the right places. That will make the Lemons very happy. Celestials going now, getting 7. There's 3 in that curvy line. Oh, and the second marble will be just a bit too high. Too much power. The Celestials will have 7. I think that's our lowest one yet in this frame. Blueberries going now. That was quite amusing to see. Marble getting those 2 pins up high on the rebound. Second marble will only get 1. There will be no spare for the Blueberries. Gothic Ghouls not getting anywhere on that first launch. That is a bit of a misfire. And then the second marble will only get 4. That's not quite the start the Gothic Ghouls, I assume, were planning to have. Bottom Dwellers going now. Just got a gold in the Gravity Well. And we'll get 7 so far. That's actually a split. So that's going to be a difficult spare to get. Oh, and that looks quite close. If one of those pins or that marble managed to get that pin on the rebound, that could have been a spare. There's no bonus points for getting a difficult spare. All spares are equal, like that spare from the Cherubs. 9 pins down from the first marble, the final pin down from the second. That is a good start for the Cherubs. Not so much for the Daytime Dreamers, getting a bit too low there. Second marble only able to get 8. That's still a fair recovery for a gutter ball in the first bowl. Red Devils are going now, and they're immediately starting things off with a strike. Good job from the Red Devils. Forsters going now. Misfire from the first marble. That's a gutter ball there. And the second marble is only going to get 4 off the top. Equal to what the Celestials got. And that is the end of our first frame. 6 teams got spares and strikes in that first frame. The Cherubs, the Green Snakes, the Red Devils, the Rising Storm, Tumbling Lemons, and the Winemakers. They are in the lead, and they will get bonus points in the following frame, beginning now. 6 pins from the first marble, rebounds and all. Let's see what the second marble can do. That's going to be a spare for the Magentas. Well done picking up that spare. Rising Storm are going now. That looked pretty good right in the center, but 2 pins are left standing. What can the second marble from the Rising Storm do? Bit a hair too high for the Rising Storm, but that puts them at 26 so far. Winemaker's up next following a strike. 9 from that first marble puts the Winemakers at 28 so far. And nothing from the second marble, no spare. But still, same score as Rising Storm. That's pretty good from the Winemakers. Summer Runners are going to get what is counted as a split in this version of bowling, and nothing from the second marbles. Summer Runners stand at 17 points as the Green Snakes go next. 4 pins off the top. Second marble will just miss the front pin. That will barely be a 9. Snookers are up next. That is 9 once again from the first marble, same as the Snookers first frame. Did not leave the second marble much to work with. That is a very tough spare to get. Rainbow Rollers going now once again. The only pin remaining is at the very top. Oh, and the Rainbow Rollers get it. That is an impressive spare from the Rainbow Rollers. Considerable height was needed to make that. Tumbling Lemons missing the front pin following a strike in the previous frame. Will not get a spare. But that puts the Tumbling Lemons at 26 so far. Celestials didn't do so well in the first frame. So far, the second frame is not going so well, getting only a 3, but the second marble will get a spare. Puts the Celestials at 17 with more points to come. Blueberries up now. A beautiful strike. Got the Ghouls. What can they do? Almost a strike, but the top pin remains. And the second marble will not reach it. Got the Ghouls quite low. Bottom Dreaders going now. That's another 9 from them so far. What can the second marble do? Definitely not enough height. Cherubs go next after a spare in the previous frame. 2 pins remain after that attempt. That's 8 points after spare. Making great use of that. But that is going to be a gutter ball from the second marble. Daytime Dreamers are up next, and that is a strike from them. Following a suboptimal 8. Good job, Daytime Dreamers. Red Devils up now. That is a misfire from the first marble, but got 1 marble left to go. I guess that first marble just wanted its power to get some pins. Foresters up next. 8 down from the first marble. Second marble getting no left at all. Foresters last place so far, predictably. Red Devils at 30 points. They are at the top. They are leading the pack over the Winemakers by 2, and they are getting some bonus points in the third frame. Beginning once again with the Magentas. That is 4 from the first marble, making not very good use of that spare. But speaking of the spare, that is going to be another one from the Magentas. Up to 32 now. That is a good job from the Magentas. Rising Storm going next, 8 pins from the first marble. Second marble, bit of hesitation up there at the launch. That's a gutter ball. Winemakers up next, that is a strike. Plain and simple. A graceful strike there. Summer Runners up next, that's going to be a 9. Hard to reach final pin there, but the second marble will not do it. Up next is the Green Snakes for their third frame. Oh, the topmost pin gets touched but doesn't fall down. And the second marble gets nowhere near enough height. That is going to be a 9. 2 ball. Once again with a lot of power. It will be a strike this time. That was some velocity. Rainbow Rollers getting 6 from the bottom. Setting up for a spare though, but the second marble cannot do it. Tumbling Lemons are up next. A gutter ball from the first marble. Not enough height at all. Following that up with a 6. That is not the Tumbling Lemons' best frame. Celestials up next following a spare. That's going to be 8, making good use of that spare. 2 pins remain, and that's another spare. Great job from that second Celestial. Blueberries are up next right after a strike. That's going to be a 9 from that first marble. Second marble going now. Manages to get the height for the spare. That is a great job from that marble. Few have managed to make it that far up. Got the ghouls. That is not the most graceful ball I've ever seen. 6 from the second marble. Got the ghouls are really struggling at this bowling event. Bottom dwellers are up next, getting 2 from the top. Second marble tries to go for the spare, but 1 pin remains. Bottom dwellers getting their third 9 in a row. Cherubs. That spare is looking doable, but the cherubs get way too much height. There's a time and place for velocity, and although that velocity is impressive, it won't get them the spare. Daytime Dreamers immediately getting a strike. That is a double. 2 consecutive strikes from the Daytime Dreamers. As the Red Devils go next, getting a 9, making great use of that spare. Foresters up next. Ticking out forward. I see some wobbling from those pins at the bottom, but that will not be a spare or a strike. The Foresters may be remaining in last. No, got the goals to be last. Red Devils are in the lead at 48 points. But they will not be getting any bonus points in the next frame, whereas the Blueberries, Daytime Dreamers, Winemakers and Celestials will. They have an opportunity to take the lead in the next frame. Magenta's going next, and that is a strike right after a spare. Those are some really valuable points. 20 points in that one frame from the Magentas, and the Rising Storm are also going to get a strike. Winemakers up next. They are also following a strike. They're going to have an 8. That is a split right down the middle. Oh, that is incredibly close. It looked like that pin was going to get the other on the rebound, but does not. So the Winemakers are disappointed by that. Summer Runners definitely are not disappointed with that strike though. Green Snakes going up next. Once again, that spare is looking doable. We've seen it happen. Does not happen though. Second marble gets too much height. Snooker's following a strike. 2-ball not showing off its signature speed. But the following marble will get a 6. That is a 9 for the Snookers right after a strike. Rainbow Rollers picking up nicely after that first marble. That is a spare from the Rainbow Rollers. Tumbling Lemons, what was that? I'm not even sure what that was. Definitely not a spare though. As unorthodox as that was not a good frame for the Tumbling Lemons. Celestials picking up an 8 right after their spare. And they're getting another. That's 3 consecutive spares for the Celestials. Blueberries up now. Getting a 9 right after their spare. It's going to give them quite a few points. 57 they're at now. Got the Ghouls currently in last place. That's certainly not going to help that gutter ball. And that's just going to be 7 more from the second marble. Next is our defending champions, Bottom Dwellers. What can they do? They will get a 9 from their first marble. That remaining marble was just right in the middle. That was a very likely spare from the Bottom Dwellers. Going at 37. Cherubs going now, our host team. That is a strike, and quite a creative one, I might add. Daytime Dreamers going now, and they're getting a turkey, it looks like, right at 68 points now in frame 4. That is impressive from the Daytime Dreamers. 3 strikes in a row. Red Devils, though, getting a gutter ball from the first marble, and another from the second. That is a complete 0 from the Red Devils in that fourth frame. They are definitely going to lose the lead. That is heartbreaking from the Red Devils. Forsters going next, and that is a 9 from them. And that's the end of the frame. Daytime Dreamers taking the lead as the Red Devils fall to 6th place. Blueberries and Winemakers take 2nd and 3rd, but Celestials and Magentas have some bonus points coming up. Daytime Dreamers, though, are in a supreme position to take home the gold medal in this event. And now here comes the final frame. get a strike or a spare in this final frame and you will get bonus balls. Magentas do not though, that is just a 9 from them. Rising Storm going next, currently at 62 points thanks to that 9, but will go no further. Winemakers going next, currently in the top 3, that is going to be another split from them. And the second marble goes right through the middle. 64 points is where they will end. Summer Runners up next following a strike. They have an opportunity to gain some massive points if they get this spare. They will not though. They end on 54 points. Green Snakes are up next. That was looking good for a moment, but that top pin remains. And as we've seen before, that is extremely hard to get. You need a lot of height, and that was not what we will see from the Green Snakes. Snookers are up next, missing the front pin, but 3 pins remain, and that looks like a somewhat likely spare, but it's too much muscle from the second snooker. They end once again on 54 points. Rainbow Rollers are up next, completely wasting their spare from the previous frame as they get a gutter ball from the first marble. Second marble will get 9, that is going to put them on only 50. Tumbling Lemons are up next, that looks like it is going to be a strike from them. They will get 2 more balls, but the first one does absolutely nothing. What will the second one do? We'll get 9. Tumbling Lemons end on 57. Celestials are up now. It looks like they are getting 6 in their first ball. Second marble going now. That is only 1 additional pin down. Celestials end on an impressive 66 though. Blueberries are up next. 9 puts them at 66 so far, and that is what their final score will be. Got the Ghouls are up next. They are definitely not going to win this event, but they can avoid last place. And they will end on 34 points. That is the score to beat if you don't want to be last place. Bottom Dwellers following right after a 9 spare. That's going to be a split from them. Plus an additional 1 pin. 52 points is their final score. Cherubs following a strike. That's going to be 5 from the first marble. What will the second one do? It's a spare from them. They will get 1 additional ball, and that will dictate their bonus points for the frame. And they will end on 71. That is a great score from them. Daytime Dreamers are definitely going to beat that though, as just their 6 puts them on 86 so far. Final marble going left, and that's all the remaining pins down. They get 1 additional bowl, and that will definitely put them above 100. A strike to finish off their impressive bowling run. Red Devils going next, hoping to redeem that last frame. That's going to be an impressive spare. Getting it on the rebound, that is one way to convert a split. And finishing that off with 8 puts them on 66. Hopefully that will help them come back. Enforcers are up next, 34. Puts them on par with the Gothic Girls, and 3 more puts them at 15th place. Congratulations to the Daytime Dreamers who managed to get above 100 points. Cherubs and Magentas also managed to overtake the top 3, taking home the silver and bronze medals respectively. They are on the podium. Our host teams are on the podium this time. And now the Winemakers will take the overall lead. Snookers and Bottom Dwellers both do not do so well in this event. Magentas are actually starting to catch up to the top 3 thanks to that bronze medal they got. How else will the rest of the season go? Find out as we head into the elimination race. See you then.